What's up guys, Erroneous here, back with another Raid Shadow Legends video. In today's video, I will be pulling shards for the event, the Summon Rush event, which is going on right now. The reason why I'm pulling is because of the demon points towards the Tholen Fusion Soul. So I want to get the 5-star soul. Not a lot of people are going for the 5-star, but I'm trying to guarantee that I get it. And along the way, of course, I will pick up some twisted horns for a chance to get a nice mythical or legendary relic, which would be really nice if I get that. So I'm going to be guaranteed 100 twisted horns epic. So hopefully, at the end of this video, I'll pull the relic potential or craft and hope that I can get a legendary or mythical relic. So yeah, we're going to go all the way out to 3,500 here. And I've decided I will pull 5 primals as well as 5 sacreds to ensure I get to the 3,500 points. Sacreds are 500 each. Primals are 200 each, so 5 primals 1,000, 5 sacreds 2,500 gets us to 3,500 points. So for the primals, where am I at currently? Primals are at 146 pulled with no mythical. 146. So if I pull 5, I'll go to 151 if I don't get a mythical, of course. If I get a mythical, that would be fantastic. I really would like to get a Kymar. I still haven't pulled a Kymar on this account. This is my free-to-play main account. So if this is your first time tuning in, thank you so much. Please consider subscribing to the channel, or at the very least, leave a like. Super appreciate that. Helps the algorithm, helps out the channel. So without further ado, I've got plenty of silver and not enough space. So let me go ahead and make a little bit of space here. I'll just go ahead and I might not even edit this out, to be honest, because there's not a lot of shards I'm going to pull, which means there's not a lot of space that I need to create since I'm only pulling 10 shards. So let's start with the primals and then go to sacreds. The downside with the sacreds, though, I will say, is I'm at 17 sacreds into pulling, and I was really hoping for a 1+1 event. It's probably, watch, I'm going to end up pulling right now, and then they're going to do a freaking 1+1 sacred event on Tuesday, and that's going to tick me off because I really wanted to go for the 1+1 event, but I also really want to ensure I get the 5-star soul for Tholen. But you can't have everything in this game, man. You can't have everything. You got to focus on something, and this is what I'm focusing on. So let's do this. And I do, before you say this in the comments, I do know that you have a buffer of like 250 points, but just in case, God forbid, I miss something, and I prefer to skip Dungeon Divers events, to be completely honest. I would just rather just utilize these resources and maybe I get something good. I mean, the Kymar is really nice. If I don't get Kymar, obviously this guy's good too. Balar, the Lost. So even though he's not in the 10x slot there, the 15x progressive slot, Balar could still end up getting pulled. He's a poisoner, a poison explode champion. I don't need him. I already have plenty of poisoners. I don't really need him. Nor do I honestly want him unless he's going to be really good for specific content. I know he's going to be very strong for it. Now that I think about it, he's probably going to be OP for Faction War hard mode. Okay, that's why people would want him. Faction War's hard, he'll destroy the boss because of the poison explosion and increase accuracy on your entire team as well if you wanted to utilize that in the lead. So yeah, never mind. If I did get him, he would actually be really strong. Anybody that gets him, you know, it's going to be super impactful for Sylvan Watchers, for clearing the waves, poison explosion, so on and so forth. Especially for Curse City as well. And then Kymar, I want him for a dungeon hard running, as well as the Faction Wars hard mode, sleeping the enemies. It helps with the specific needs that you have to get for certain stages. So they're like, okay, you need to get 10 sleep debuffs, so on and so forth. He would actually be really good at that too. And to increase cooldowns or decrease cooldowns on your champions, that's really cool as well. So he doesn't increase the cooldowns, he just decreases the cooldowns on your champions. So let's do this without further ado. I'm gonna go with the 5 primals first. If we get a mythical, awesome. I would really like a Nice. I would really like a Galathier, a Gizmak. Those are like my top 3 personally. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What are your top 3 mythical champions that you'd like to pull? I'd really be interested to know in that. Of course, we're just going to get all rares. That's just how it goes. So that's 3 so far. 4th one, maybe we'll get at least an epic. I mean, give me an epic at least. Come on. 151 primals. There's an epic. Okay. And it's a tour. Not really the best, but he does have the provoke, which is one of the needs for one of the stages. I did use a tour for the Barbarians Crypt to make sure I can get the 10 provoke debuffs on enemies. So 151 primals pulled, still no mythical. Now we're going over to the sacreds, and I'm at 17 sacreds pulled, no legendary. So more than likely I'm going to get a legendary within these 5. Well, I guess not more than likely. There's even a chance that I don't get a legendary. I could go all the way to 22 shards pulled and still not have a legendary. I'm looking for the Steel Skull for Curse City. Oh, there we go. Okay, Cried in the blue, very strong for Fire Knight hard mode. He's actually really strong for the Sylvan Watchers to do freezes on the enemies for hard mode faction wars. And he does decent damage. He does the freezes. Yeah, he's pretty good. He's pretty good. So this will bring us up to 20 pulled without a Lego. There's a Lego. Okay. A Basilius Roanus. Okay. One of the first champions I've ever pulled on my account was a Basilius. He's super strong, by the way. They gave him a buff to his multipliers on this ability, so he can smack. He can smack. This, especially this ability that ignores block damage, shield, and increased defense. This guy destroys Rhodos. Destroys Rhodos. He can one-shot anything in the game. So, pretty cool. It's just a matter of if they have unkillable. If they have unkillable, then unfortunately, he's not going to go through it. I wish if he gets another buff and they make this into Ignore Stone Skin, he's going to be literally one of the better champions in the entire game. Now, of course, he can get put down like a ton of bricks because he's a glass cannon, but I think if you have someone to help protect him, then he's going to do some work. And if you put him in Stone Skin Lethal, he can actually do some work. Now, he's not the best out there because he doesn't have additional things in his kit other than a stun that can help like CC the enemies. There's no block active or block passive skills or anything. There's no block revive in his kit. So he's not like insane. He's no Sun Wukong by any means, but he still does do some damage. So that was our 20th shard. We got a Lego. Oh, double Lego back to back. We'll take that. We'll take that. That's big. Wow. Okay, so you know what? I'm fine. They can have a 1+1 sacred event, and I'd be okay with it because I got my 1+1 right here. Did they turn on 1+1 for me? Imagine I get triple. Imagine I get triple. Okay, no. Too good to be true. Too good to be true. There's no way that could happen, right? But hey, I did not get Kymar. However, I think that fills 2 slots in the Guardians because Tatora, that's a duplicate Tatora. Wow. So here we go. Let's go ahead and collect this stuff. Collect all this. We get ourselves a Lego book, the Twisted Thorns. Solid amount of points. Demon Slayer here. We've blown past the milestone 3 now. On to milestone 4. We're going to get a Void Shard soon. And we're looking pretty damn good in terms of on our path, on our way to getting the 5-star Tholan. So not bad there. We end up having to go like this. We pulled 1 sacred, and now that's going to be our mercy. 1 sacred into our mercy pulling here at this point. And let's take a look at the faction guardians now first before I pull the thorns or craft the relic from the thorns. Go to high elves and look at that. 2? That's crazy how you can go right. That's insane. I went from having 4 to having 8 just like that. So if I get another duplicate high elf now, I'm good to go. Now, of course, I don't really have any that I'm aware of. Like, who could I honestly pull? So if I go to my filters and say I want to include my vault, I'll include the reserve vault too. So high elves, we've got, if I get a duplicate Lysandra, duplicate Yannica, duplicate Lanatharil, duplicate Supreme Alhain, but that's void legendary, so harder to come by. Duplicate Fina, super hard to come by. Duplicate Deliana would be nice, but Deliana I think is already in the faction guardians. Yes, so I would have to get 2 more Deliana, so that wouldn't help. Shiramani and this guy wouldn't help Tatora. So basically, I would need it to be those champs that I mentioned. But you never know. You never know. We could get lucky and complete our faction. That's crazy, though, getting super lucky with those 2 faction fills for slots, duplicate-wise. That's really nice. And then I could also potentially get Incarnate, not Shiramani. Could get Islin. Could get Alexander. He's trash. I've never built him. He's not. I think they need to buff this guy personally. I tried putting him in a Savage set to do damage. And this is really old gear. Like when he came out like 2 or 3 years ago. And this is such old gear. Honestly, I might need to rebuild him. So yeah, don't even look at this trash build. But I think I tried him out just in Faction Wars or something silly. And maybe I built him, or maybe I just built him for Kirsty. I don't even remember, but he just doesn't do that much. He's very much a progressive champ from early game, and then you get rid of him at mid game. And honestly, most people are just going to utilize Sun Wukong as their starter, or even a Void Legendary these days. That you can start with a Void Lego these days in Supreme Galek. So yeah, this guy's not it. You'd want to use Supreme Galek as your damage dealer over him. So there's a lot of champs though that you could potentially go for, that I could potentially get to fill my faction guardians for high elves. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Super excited, super excited. And now we get more damage. We get, I think it was the defense as well as attack. No. Defense as well as accuracy and resistance. And then the next one is 10 speed for my Arbiter. Arbiter is my fastest champion on my account, and she'll end up going to over 400 speed. So she'll go 409 speed if I can get the faction guardians filled. And then of course she's almost at level 6 of awakening, and that's another 15 speed. So we're talking 25 speed additionally, which is 424 speed. That would be really nice, especially for live arena, especially for regular classic arena or tag team arena. That would make her insane. So not bad. We're looking pretty good. Now, what else did I want to do? Oh yeah, I want to go ahead into the forge, take a look at the relics. We've got 150 of these twisted thorns. We've got one craft, 35.95% chance for an epic. And then if we look at the rares, it's 15.5% chance at an epic. Okay, let's go ahead and craft ourselves a mythical. No. Chaos Wake Sinner's Cloak. Wearers receive 1% defense for each 15% HP missing. Stacks up to 75% missing HP. So like 5% defense, and then if you keep it, you upgrade it, it's probably going to be 1% additionally for each level, I would assume. So we're going to go to the Chaos Awakes. This is going to be this one here. If we go here, yeah, 1% additionally. So you could get up to stack of 10% defense. Kind of weak, honestly. Kind of weak. But yeah, I'll probably use that for food, let's be honest. Let's go ahead and pull these ones as well. See what we get. Garbage. These rods of blasphemy, I usually end up ranking them up and using them as food for my other relics. And a Chimera one. Whereas turn meter reduction effects are boosted by 15%. It's meh. It's okay. It's not the best, but it's okay. Alright, so there you have it. We got ourselves a couple of not new champions, but a couple of faction Guardian champions to boost our stats on my high elves. Super excited for that. And then I don't know if I want to go for the 50 twisted horns. Probably not. I'll probably just stay where I am, because I could pull 1,000 mysteries if I wanted to, but I don't think I'm going to go for that. I'll probably get the twisted horns anyways as time goes on because of the current coalition event that's happening right now. So the coalition event that's happening now, I already have 11,500 points, and basically you need 20,000. So once you get to 10k personal contribution, because the community has completed this slider here, and we've collected all this, if you're over 1,500 points, now it's 2 times the points of personal contribution. Therefore, you only need 10k points rather than the 20k points in total. You have a week and 4 days left at the time of this recording. So hopefully a lot of you out there can get the mythical twisted horns at your attempt to craft a mythical relic. Anyways, that's going to be it for this one, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in a video soon. Take care.